Longtime friend of the show, Jim Florentine.
It's been probably 15, 20 years.
Yeah, we've been going for a long time. I'm about ready to wrap it up. Not our friendship. I mean, the show.
Not the show, our friendship.
Yeah. I always talk about this, especially when you're here, but I sat down at 39 and a half years old and said, I want to do a roast, and this is my dream team. And you were on that dream team, and we got every one of them. The only person that we wanted to come on that refused to come on was Nick DiPaolo. And I was still...
Nick wouldn't do it?
Well, Nick had done the show 6 times or so up at that point, and when we asked him to do it, he was the only comic to say no, and he said he really didn't feel like he knew the show well enough to come in and roast me, which is great. All you do is make fat jokes. You know what I mean?
And then you hit everybody that's on the panel.
Right.
He knew all the comics that were on the panel.
That was the thing. So the next time he came to town and they tried to book him on the show, I go, I don't feel like I know him. so we didn't have him on. Then the next time he came to town, we did have him on, and then we squashed it. I mean, he's Nick. He's a miserable prick as it is. So
that was me, Norton, Bert Kreischer, Greg Fitzsimmons,
Robert Kelly,
Stengel
Brothers,
right? The Stengel brothers,
Fitzsimmons.
Fitzsimmons.
I mean, like I picked all my guys that I always loved from O&A and from Howard's show that I knew back in the day, and then were able to become friends with and have them on my show. And I said, if I'm going to do it, this is the way I'd want to do it. And we'll throw out a wide net and we'll see what we can get. And we got every one of them. I couldn't have asked for a better. I got a Comedy Central style roast.
Yeah, I got to tell you, out of all the stuff we've done over the years and stuff, I think the Punch Out was great.
Yeah.
But I think that the roast may have been my favorite thing. I think that was the most fun night because it was just a blast.
And I think, if I remember correctly, I think your wife had the best set.
She rocked it.
She
Yeah,
murdered
She
you.
made me so.
I know.
I mean, you love your wife and you don't want her to do these jokes. She had a joke about you that I had to tell her no, and I was like, no, that's too much. And I was like, you realize you're going to do this in front of professional comedians. You're gonna look like an absolute. And she went up there and just murdered me, murdered the set. She did great. Yeah, it was a good time. So anyway, good to see you. How are things going?
Everything's good, man.
You got a full head of hair, man. You look good.
You know, it's thinning a little, but what are you going to do? You keep on as long as possible.
You were growing it. You had a beard going for a while.
Yeah.
I commented on your Instagram a couple of times. Sexy lumberjack Jim looked pretty good.
Yeah, I go back and forth. It was a pain in the ass having a beard.
Yeah, tell me about it. I have right now. I have cruise beard. I did not shave the whole week of the cruise. Then came back and was like, I'm not shaving now either. I don't know what's going to happen. I always grow it out. I want to look like one of those retired Navy SEAL guys that just kind of fat but still have a cool beard. And
you just look like a regular SEAL.
I'm just kind of fat. Yeah. I can't get it to go.
By the way, I was going to ask you because I saw one of the pictures from the cruise for like dinner or something. It was you and your wife. Did you dye your beard before the cruise, or was it?
Of course I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you dye your eyebrows?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I don't know. Maybe that just made everything look darker.
I have weird gray spots that just grow over here. So my wife one day was like, you should just dye your beard. And I go, I don't know. That's going to look kind of... No, once you dye it, after like a day or two, it doesn't look weird anymore.
It's funny, though. It's interesting because a lot of girls say that guys with gray in their beard, like, they love that.
Yeah, but if I get a little gray over here or a little gray over here, it's fine. But for some reason, it's growing out like rabbit hairs, like right on my cheeks.
That's a little weird.
Yeah, it does look weird.
Those are but you're in Florida. That's why chicks are saying that. All the women down here have daddy issues.
I guess.
Don't knock it. We've learned how to how to master it. You follow any OnlyFans girls?
No.
Have you ever?
No, I never did.
Yeah, I did a couple, and I had to ask my wife for permission first because I just use my credit card. It just comes up on the credit card, and it doesn't try to hide it at all. It just like says OnlyFans and then puts a little picture of a vagina next to it.
Now you could say you were watching somebody's comedy special or something.
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
know if you could pull that off.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I just did Kelly's podcast on Monday in the city, and Savannah Rose, I guess, is an OnlyFans chick.
Okay.
And does porn or whatever. I met her. I didn't even know. But the only one I know is Karen Feehan that's on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Now, I did not pay to see her, but I did Google Karen Feehan's butthole and saw it, and then I was like, oh. Then when she came in the studio, I told her, I said, I don't have the balls to join your OnlyFans, but I did. And she goes, oh, yeah, you're a freeloader. You just look at all the freestyle. I was like, all right, I'm sorry. But she's right. So next time she came in, I offered her $6 to just show it to me right here. She would not do it. She keeps it tight, man. She keeps her body like she looks good.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. It bothers me that Luis Gomez has slept with so many hot women in comedy. he's tainted them all.
He's a professional.
Yes,
you know, because most comedians are nerds. They have no rap.
Yeah.
And Lewis has got a rap. Lewis has been on the streets since he was a kid.
Right.
He knows barking, getting people in a club. I think he was a bouncer at some point or whatever. So he knows. Yeah.
It's worked for him. You had the fortunate chance to go over to England for the Ozzy concert.
I was at the last show.
Who was it? You and Norton went over there together?
Me and Norton, yeah.
How was he to travel with?
He's great.
Yeah.
You know,
I love Jim.
We started together, me and Jim.
Right.
I started a little before him, and we bonded over our love of Ozzy.
Yeah.
And then we always said, man, if we can go to Birmingham, England, imagine. We always thought, like, let's just go over there and walk around where Ozzy grew up. We were that fanatical about him.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't love any band that much that I love Pearl Jam, but I've never even been to Seattle. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's great. I just I'm trying to think of what I love the most that I would travel somewhere to see it.
Yeah, so we always thought, and then all of a sudden that they put the show on. We got to go.
Yeah,
and we weren't sure if Ozzy was going to show up because there was room. Once they sold the whole thing out, it sold out in 15 minutes. They said, "Listen, Ozzy's like, look, I'm not doing a set with Black Sabbath. I'm just going to do bits and pieces and whatever I can do."
Right.
So then the rumor was maybe he'll sing a little of a song or whatever. Like, oh man. So everyone's like, I'm not going to go. I said, we got to go. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And we went. It was unbelievable.
Did you pitch it to Sirius or did they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, but you know what they said.
You got to pay for
Fly
yourself.
Yeah.
They said no, and I just went anyway. And
Oh,
then they
really?
went, yeah.
I thought they sent you guys over there. No.
No.
Oh, wow.
No. Well, Jim was already out at Sirius. Jim wasn't at Sirius anymore.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
It was crazy because we just got tickets through like family and friends.
Yeah.
But we didn't think we were going to get backstage or anything. I was going to get a ticket out front off a scalper or whatever.
Right.
You know, and they weren't. It was a charity thing, so they weren't putting them up on like any of the sites, StubHub, because it was maybe 3 days before they said they'll put some up. But we wound up getting tickets, but we didn't think we were going to get backstage or anything.
What is your connection? Like, who do you go to first?
Sharon Osbourne.
So you can call Sharon if you wanted to.
No, but her assistant.
Okay.
Jim knows.
Yeah.
And our manager, we have the same manager, me and Jim. So he contacted. They'll get 2 tickets because he said we're going to be over there. So don't worry, we'll hook them up. You have to pay full price because it's charity with no problem.
Because you guys are probably the only ones asking for tickets, right?
Yeah, I know.
But also, I mean, you are both huge fans. She knows that. You have the rock show. Jim has had Ozzy on the show before. Like you two are somebody that I'd want to have
for a long
there.
time.
Yeah. Sharon. You know, they hired me, Sharon, and Sharon basically for Ozzy's Boneyard at Sirius. I still work on there.
Right.
And Jim's been to Ozzy's house. Jim's really close to Ozzy.
Yeah.
He went to his 70th birthday and all that stuff, so they know him forever. But he hasn't hit him up in a long time because Ozzy hasn't done anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so we get outside this the day before the venue, and they're selling merchandise outside the venue. So me and Jim had a day off and go, you know what, let's just go down there, get the merchandise so we don't have to carry it the next day. Because we're going to buy every shirt.
Smart.
Right.
So we get down there, and then Jim goes, I'm gonna text Sharon's assistant. I haven't texted him in 10 years. Let me see if he's around, maybe. Who knows? All of a sudden, he gets right back to him. Yeah. Where are you guys? I can hook you up. Come to Gate G.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Next thing I know, we're in there, and it was like the day before, so we watched all rehearsals.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Cool.
Was amazing. I mean, Steven Tyler coming out.
Yeah,
Dude,
who knew? Who expected that?
Unbelievable.
He crushed.
He hasn't sang in like 3 years because he had that throat issue.
And they canceled the tour, and so he said, listen, I can't sing anymore. And then he came out and did that, and everyone was like, you can't sing anymore? Because that was pretty good.
And meanwhile, 2 nights ago, Joe Perry plays here with Chris Robinson singing, and the guys from Stone Temple Pilots playing in his band.
Yeah.
I mean, they both still have it going.
Yeah. So we saw that. Sammy Hagar was there. We saw all the rehearsals, and Nuno Bettencourt was unbelievable. No, it's funny because all those old metalheads, I was in the crowd with them. They have no idea who Nuno is. That guy from Extreme, he's that good. They didn't know he was that good because. All they know is more than words.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly.
So they never knew that guy was a good. I go, he's the modern day Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, he can play anything, and he definitely helped out Jakey Lee. Yeah.
Jake's got arthritis in his wrist. So I interviewed him. He said, "Look, I can't play a Bark at the Moon. It's too much for my, with the arthritis and stuff. So he did Shot in the Dark and Ultimate Sin.
Because if you saw him on the second song, he went to play like a lead melody thing, whatever, and he started it, and then he just kind of like went like this and shrugged his shoulders, and I felt so bad. I'm like, oh God, because he's one of my favorites. I love Jakey Lee.
People went crazy with Jakey Lee backstage. Like Paul McCartney was there.
Oh, yeah?
Everyone was bowing to the guy because he hasn't been around in forever.
Yeah.
He popped up like 10 years ago for like a year, and that was it.
And didn't he recently get like shot like
3 times? He got shot in Vegas.
Yeah.
Recovered from that. And Ozzy hasn't seen him in 38 years since he fired him.
Oh, that's crazy.
And it was the first time Axl and Ozzy ever met.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's hard to believe.
Which is crazy. Well, Axl hibernated for 25 years. But yeah, and it's the first time him and Hetfield seen each other since 92 when they had that tour.
Right.
When they had all that drama on the tour. That's the first time they saw each other.
He seems like he's kind of got his, it doesn't sound great, but he seems like he's kind of got his act together now. Like he looks healthier and he looks like he's kind of normal now.
When you can gross like $4 or $5 million a show,
that'll do it.
You get your act together. He shows up on time. No, he's been good. His voice was. Everyone was complaining about his voice.
Well, he did sound very Mickey Mouse-ish, and like people have been saying. He sounds
singing
high
all
pitch,
falsetto. Yeah.
Well, you know what happened was they usually take 4 days off between the shows to rest his voice, Axl.
Okay.
So they did a show the night before in Sweden. 3 hours and 15 minutes their shows are. They got on a plane at 2 a.m, got to Birmingham at like 4 a.m., had a sound check at 10 a.m., and he was on stage like 6 hours later.
Okay.
Yeah, but also it's not like that's the only show where he sounds like Mickey Mouse. He's been sounding like Mickey Mouse for the last year that they've been touring.
The year they came back and then he sang with AC/DC for 10 shows.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah, he sounded good then where he was using more of his Axl voice, but also you look at Appetite for Destruction was recorded when he was 20-something, whatever. Like Brian Johnson said, he goes, if I would have known we'd been around this long, I wouldn't have sang that high.
Yep.
Who's the band that Sharon nixed off the tour?
I don't know. There's always these rumors. It was always rumors it was Megadeth because the big four were there, Anthrax, Slayer, and Metallica, and Megadeth wasn't. But then she said it wasn't Megadeth.
Right.
She's like, I'll reveal it because I don't want it slipping out. I said, I don't even want. I think she wanted to tell me and Jim, but I said, I don't even want to know because if it gets out
then
there,
it's gonna be on you.
might think it's me. Like whenever a band has an album like 2 weeks before it's out, they go, we'll send it to you. I go, don't, because I might hit a wrong button and it's going to get out there and I'm going to get blamed for it.
Yeah.
Because we all thought it was Motley Crue, but then they said not Motley Crue. And then we thought Kiss.
No, they weren't that close with Kiss.
Yeah.
And then Kiss isn't going to come out, I don't think, out of retirement.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll do it on their own terms.
Right.
So it wasn't them either. So I'm not sure who it was.
Who could it have been?
Yeah, who else is big enough where it would be a big deal?
It wasn't Iron Maiden because they had fallen out with Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
So, and Iron Maiden was on tour, AC/DC was on tour, Judas Priest was on tour, and so was Scorpions.
And I just read a thing that Tony Iommi invited Robert Plant, but Robert Plant was out doing something else, and he was like, nothing against it. He goes, I just was already scheduled somewhere else.
And Brian May was there, but he didn't perform. He wanted to perform with Sabbath, and Iommi's like, nah. Yeah,
because him and Tony are really good friends.
Yeah, but he was there.
Wow. What a group of people that they got together.
It was insane.
Wow.
It was like it was the heavy metal Live Aid. It really was.
Yeah. If you're Ozzy, like we said before the concert, we're like, he'll be dead a month after the concert. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we were concerned if he'd even make it to the concert. Like you said, he said he might do a song or two with whatever. But yeah, we were like, if he makes it and does it, he's going to be dead within that month. And wound up being
he always said his dad retired at 60 years old, a blue-collar worker. He died like 10 days later after he retired. He goes, I never want to retire. My dad had nothing to do. He was bored.
Yeah.
And he just dropped dead. And Ozzy 17 days after retires.
For the record, I'll be fine after I retire. I just want everybody to know. I'll grab a fishing pole. I got plenty of things I want to do. Yeah. My great grandfather died when I was in high school. He ate a piece of coconut custard pie, and he pushed himself away from the table, and he said, that is the best piece of coconut custard pie I've ever had. And then he went, and he died. I feel like at some point in his life, he said, I don't want to die until I eat the best piece of coconut custard pie. So I'm never declaring that. Just things I got to look out for.